I am Dana Malcolm. Rashid Esson is here with me tonight. We have your evening edition of Top Stories for Friday, January 5th, 2024. Coming up, the news that matters most.
Century 21 Aristar Properties is your best resource for buying or selling any real estate in the Turks and Caicos Islands, whether it's a condo, house, villa, commercial property, or vacant land. Century 21 TCI can assist you with your real estate needs. No matter the sign, keep Century 21 Aristar Properties in mind. Call 649-941-7368 or email your friends at century21tci.com.
In the span of the last 6 months of 2023, at least 4 rape and sexual assault cases before the TCI courts have been discontinued, slowed down, or thrown out entirely, following repeated delays and evidence issues. Highlighted by Wilkie Arthur, court correspondent, in consecutive reports, it's a concerning trend, especially considering that many assault cases that come before the courts involve minors. The TCI judiciary has acknowledged the issue.
My office prosecuted a sexual offense matter in November of 2023 that occurred sometime between 2019 and 2020, involving a child who at the time of the offense was 13 years old. My lady, we cannot overlook what is happening around us in the climate of fear.
Angela Brooks, acting DPP there, speaking at the legal year opening ceremony on January 4th. Brooks is now promising that a new fast-tracked system will be instituted to handle cases of this nature. As the winter travel season begins, COVID-19 cases are once again spiking in the United States, with variant JN1 making up most of the cases. Hospitalizations are up 16% to 29,000 as of January 2nd. Hundreds of thousands of U.S. residents visit the Turks and Caicos each year, especially during the winter season for their holidays. Though by no means considered a spike, cases have also risen slightly in the TCI, with 10 recorded over the first 2 weeks of December. Globally, cases of COVID-19 are widely considered underreported, as many residents elect to deal with the illness at home and test themselves rather than going into a doctor's office. Rashid Esson is still to come. He has Caribbean news.
Everyone can now pay online with the National Health Insurance Board. Employers, self-employed, students, voluntary contributors, or even pensioners making contributions for their dependents. Simply visit nhip.tc, register for the e-services, submit your calculator, and pay directly through our e-services portal. Payments are easier with the National Health Insurance Board, building a healthy nation, one person at a time.
It's now time for your regional top stories. I'm Rashid Esson. Just 4 days into the new year, and already there is tragedy in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, as 4 are now dead in a plane crash off the coast of Bequia. The deceased are 2 children, 1 adult and the pilot, and their bodies were recovered by the SVG Coast Guard and brought to Kingstown. The plane en route to St. Lucia, reports say, crashed into the ocean in a nosedive as seen on video after departing from the Bequia airport just after 12 p.m. The Prime Minister of the Bahamas, Philip Davis, reiterated his growing concern for the future of the Bahamas amid the worsening climate crisis. He expressed in an interview with CNBC that if nothing is done, Bahamians will become climate refugees and that the Bahamas could suffer a watery grave. Regarding moves to fight the effects of climate change, CNBC reports that he's encouraged to turn away from fossil fuels due to a recent climate pact at COP28. Curaçao and St. Martin, 2 Dutch Caribbean islands, are getting a new joint currency, says a recent bank report from the Central Bank of Curaçao and St. Martin, and it is slated to be introduced in the second half of 2024. The currency, that is the Caribbean Guilder, will replace the Netherlands Antillean Guilder and will contain improved security features. The original Guilder will be phased out over owed 3 months after its introduction. Magnetic Media is your news leader. See these stories in full in the next edition of The Magnate.
There is always a savings and a smile in every islet Sunny Foods. With locations near you, you can shop wholesale or retail for groceries and other essentials for your home or your business. Visit Sunny Foods in 5 Keys. Sunny Foods now at the Blue Hills Roundabout. Sunny Foods in Grand Turk has 2 locations in West Road and Back Salina. Sunny says, no one beats his prices. No one.
With the murder of a young man in Providenciales Wednesday night, the Turks and Caicos continues its bloody trend of early January murders. The country has not concluded a single January in the last 4 years without a killing. On New Year's Day 2021, the body of 50-year-old Jean Venel Jacques was found in a yard along Walter Cox Drive. In 2022, it was Denise Buck on January 3rd. Her home was broken into and she was bludgeoned to death. In 2023, Stephen Baker was stabbed and killed near his home on January 15th. The 2024 victim shot in Blue Hills, also a January 3rd slaying, has yet to be identified to the public by police. He was shot in an attack that injured another man. That is it for this edition of the news. I am Dana Malcolm. Rashid Esson was here with me on behalf of all of us at Magnetic Media. Thank you for joining us. Top Stories in 5 is a Magnetic Media production, and it is free to share.